Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. Hey guys, hope you're well. So in this video, I will be talking about affirmations, how much I affirm, how do I affirm, robotic affirmations, feeling your affirmations, do I affirm even if I have my manifestation, everything. So this video will contain everything. It will be a small crash course on the concept of affirmations. Let's go step by step. Listen till the end. I will be covering many things in this. So probably all the questions that you have in relation to affirmations will be covered here. I actually put up the notes for this video based on a lot of Q&As that I was putting on my Instagram, and there were some recurring questions that were coming up, especially for affirmations. So I will make different videos for different techniques. If you want, just leave that down in the comments below. But let's get into it. So first, let's understand what affirmations are and how people usually, what people are usually saying that you need to affirm and things like that when you are in this zone, right? So when we are talking about the concept of affirmations basically are statements that you are using which imply that you already have what you want, right? So when you are in that zone and you are affirming that I already have what I want, that comes in a particular, it basically is celebrating or creating the fact that you already have created what you want. Affirmations are helpful because they allow you to manifest. It is a technique that people use to manifest what they want, like several other techniques that people use to manifest what they want. There is no one technique that they need to use. There is no one technique that you need to use in order to get what you want. There are multiples. So if affirmations don't work for you, there are visualization. Like there is visualization, there is scripting, there are many techniques that you can use. Now, what to affirm? So let's first understand what to affirm. I personally, instead of going directly to the end, I prefer affirming for the real issues. So let's take a few examples so that you can also find out what your real issues are, and you can also find out what the issues that you have been facing are, right? So let's take an example of this woman. Let's call her Sarah, right? So let's say Sarah is someone who is struggling in relationships, and she's struggling in relationships and her history goes something like, let's say she had a relationship, it was a long-term relationship, but it did not really work out because in the end the boy backed out. And now moving forward, she keeps getting into relationships where the relationships that she keeps choosing or keeps attracting are relationships where the person is either emotionally unavailable, or they are in a long distance relationship, or there is some situation involved with them that is not actually, that doesn't allow her the full commitment in the relationship, right? For Sarah, if she wants to manifest a specific person, she usually will affirm that I am already married. If that works, that's good. But if it isn't working for you for a long period of time, then you need to target the root cause. You need to ask yourself, why is it difficult for me to believe that I am in a committed relationship? What are the reasons that I don't feel that commitment is for me? What are the things that can block my commitment? So if we look back in her situation, the probability is maybe she doesn't trust men. Maybe the issue is she doesn't feel that she's worthy of a relationship. Maybe she doesn't feel safe in the idea of a relationship. So the first thing to do is to find out what your root cause is and why you need to affirm and what to affirm, so that you can understand what are the ways that you can actually get into that zone and target the root causes. That's the first thing. The second way it comes down to is how much to affirm. Now, this is where there are multiple ways that people use. One is usually talked about, which is robotic affirmations. Now, robotic affirmations is something that I personally don't support, especially in areas where there is resistance. If it is working for you, great. I really like it. Keep going forward with it. It has worked for me in multiple areas too. It's not that robotic affirming does not work for me. Especially in areas where I have more resistance, I prefer not robotically affirming. Neither do I give that to my clients. If areas where I have very less resistance or I'm not too attached, I robotically affirm. I have gotten great results from it. But what I have seen in my experience is that if I robotically affirm in areas where I have too much resistance, which usually for people is relationships or career, then it can come up way more and it can be a hindrance in their process of moving forward. Now, if you are robotically affirming, that's good. If that technique is working for you, don't let me be the one to stop you. Like, if that's working for you, go for it. How I rather affirm and what I rather recommend is meditating on your affirmations. Now, how do I meditate on my affirmations, or how does anyone meditate on their affirmations? What I would recommend is, and this is how I do it, is I close my eyes, I set a timer. Let's say it can be for 10 minutes or 15 minutes for 1 or 2 or 3 times a day maximum. And then I would just find out 1 or 2 statements which are the root causes of what I want to focus on. And then I affirm that very slowly in my mind. As I'm affirming that, it's not the number of times I'm affirming, but how it is making me feel and how am I feeling when it is coming towards me. So let's say my affirmation is, I am perfectly healthy. So I will slowly in my mind start saying I'm perfectly healthy. I will see how my body feels with it. I will try to embody that state of being. I will try to think like a person who is perfectly healthy. I would try to make it a holistic process rather than just affirming, affirming, affirming. I would try to make it a holistic process. I would allow my body to get into the zone of feeling like someone who has what they want. And then I would see if any part of my body is resisting it. What I have seen is that in areas that you have core issues and in areas where you are very resistant to change, this way works way faster and it allows you to actually capture the new affirmation in your body, because we want that it becomes a natural part of our thinking, that moving forward, how I think is through this new mindset that I'm trying to build, right? So that can actually be very helpful. Now, do I need to affirm like me, or do I need to write down affirmations? Do I need to speak them out loud? Whatever works for you. Some people like writing their affirmations, it makes them feel good. Some people like speaking them out loud, it makes them feel good. Whatever in that way of moving forward makes you feel like the person who has what they want, do that. And there is no specific time set for affirmation. So why I say 10-15 minutes 2-3 times a day is because it works for me. It is something I find convenient. It is something I can fit in my routine. It for me, it's the perfect balance into focusing on what I want and not being too obsessed with it. If for you the balance is something different, go for that. Don't try to make it very rigid in how you affirm. Whatever works for you, works for you. Now, the next question. Can affirmations be a form of escapism? Yes. So let's understand how that is. Let's say I'm someone who's having a lot of resistance, right? And instead of dealing with that resistance, I'm hoping to affirm over it and not actually dealing with the real cause. For example, let's talk about Sarah again. So let's say Sarah is texting her SP again and again, consistently texting him, and he isn't just responding, she's full on chasing, right? And in that moment, instead of stopping that chasing and dealing with why she's feeling so vulnerable, she keeps affirming, oh no, he will text me back, he will text me back, he will text me back. It's only making her more desperate. It's only creating the identity of someone who still keeps chasing, whether consciously, mentally, physically, however it is. So it does not really help her. So instead of in those moments using affirmations, use how to handle resistance. I have a video, 2 videos actually on it. They are linked down below. You can check them out so that you can actually do these affirmations in a way which helps you rather than just trying to run away from a real problem. Now, people ask me, if I already have my manifestation, should I affirm? So this is a question that I get a lot, and I feel it has created a lot of confusion, right? Because some people say you should keep affirming, some people say you shouldn't. And I will tell you what my personal take on it is. First, I always see that I can keep affirming forever, even for topics that I have gotten, because it is only reinforcing the fact that I have what I want. So the state behind the affirmations matter. If the affirmations are making me feel like I have it, or are they making me feel like I don't? Then I ask myself this question while I'm doing these affirmations. Am I doing it to validate myself with some movement so that something changes outside and I can feel finally happy? Or am I doing it to get something I don't believe I have? Or am I doing it as a celebration? Now, this is a take that I haven't seen much, so I will give you my take on it. For me, affirmations are celebrations for the desires coming into my life already. So when I'm affirming, for me, it is a celebration of the fact that I have already received what I want. When I affirm as if I'm sharing my joy with everyone, as if I'm grateful, as if I'm celebrating my persistence and the things that I did to get to this point. I am celebrating my resilience and my desires. I'm celebrating the fact that I can do and create what I want, and I love that. So I would still keep affirming even after I got what I wanted, because that allows me to feel good about it. That was the whole purpose, right? For me, they're not statements of worry or hope. For me, they are statements of pride and confidence. That's how I view my affirmations. Now, I'm not saying you need to affirm to manifest, like I said before. It's just that from my perspective, if you want something and doing a technique that celebrates the idea that you have it, why wouldn't I want to do it? It should make me feel good, right? And that is why I personally never affirm all day, because it makes me feel like I'm doing too much to just get something that I should already have. Like, it should be normal for me, and I want to reach that point, and I don't want to keep robotically affirming to get it. Now, for some things, like I said before, a car or a phone or a text from someone I don't really care about, I don't mind affirming robotically because it works in those areas for me, but not in the other ones. So that's how you can do affirmations, and that's how you can move forward with it. If you have any specific questions in relation to affirmations, leave that down below. I will try to cover it on my Instagram. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next one.